Bronny's NBA journey just sparked a firestorm. Fire critics, fans, and legends are now divided, and the debate has officially crossed the line.
If I'm not mistaken, you said, man, Bronny better than some of these kids I've been watching on NBA League Pass today. It's lightweight hilarious. Crying, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
When people talk about the biggest controversy in modern NBA history, the biggest illusion ever sold in pro sports, one name keeps coming up: Bronny James.
LeBron James, you can't call for attention and hang up. You called for attention. The phone is still ringing for Bronny.
And honestly, let's be real. Out of everyone in the league right now, he's the one who creates the biggest debate, the most doubt, the most side-eye looks, and the most awkward silence.
And, I think he was like 5 or 6 years old. And he had did something. He had grabbed the rebound and drove, coast to coast through the lane, through a couple of the other kids, and laid it up and had a little trot back. And I looked over at his mom, and I was like, oh, he's special.
When you look at his NBA journey, from the draft process to Summer League, it felt like everyone was walking on eggshells. If you criticized him, even in a calm and fair way, people quickly labeled you a hater.
What are you talking about? I'm like, I've seen this before. I know I've seen this before.
No, not at all. That's not a good pass. It is not a good pass. James, that was telegraphed.
It wasn't just a basketball disagreement anymore. If you questioned him, people acted like you were attacking a kid during peak Bronny hype. The media protection was strong, and the pressure around the topic was even stronger. One of the first real NBA players to get pulled into that storm was Jaylen Brown. Sitting courtside during Boston versus LA, Brown was seen saying Bronny James isn't a pro yet and questioning why he was in the league because of LeBron James. That moment changed everything. Not because it was loud, but because it felt honest. Jaylen Brown didn't rant. He didn't disrespect anyone. He just said what many players were probably thinking but didn't want to say out loud. And that's what made it powerful. He unknowingly became the first active NBA player to challenge the story everyone was protecting. That one comment burst the bubble. If you supported LeBron James, had ties to Clutch, or strongly backed the James brand, those words felt like a personal shot. Almost overnight, Jaylen Brown was painted as if he crossed a serious line, like he became public enemy number one just for speaking honestly about basketball. Yes, a few days later, Brown apologized to Bronny James. But if you read between the lines, it seemed more about keeping peace with LeBron than taking back what he said. The message didn't really change. It was just delivered more carefully. Then fast forward 2 years. The surprising part: those Summer League comments clearly stayed with LeBron. You could see it in how he carried himself after that. And that tells you something.
I don't know if you guys remember way back in 2024 at Summer League when Jaylen Brown was overheard saying, I don't think Bronny is a pro. This is obviously the time when we were all chatting. And somehow that comes up yesterday in talking to LeBron.
It suggests that LeBron James, despite all his greatness and awards, doesn't easily forget when someone challenges the image around him. It gives off thin-skinned energy, similar to how Kevin Durant has reacted to criticism at times. The truth feels different when it hits close to home. What makes it even louder is this: what Jaylen Brown said eventually turned into a bigger debate. Back then, he was the first respected player to openly question whether Bronny James was truly NBA ready. Media outlets were careful. Major networks avoided digging too deep. No one wanted problems with LeBron. The father-son storyline was heavily protected. But hype can only hold things up for so long. 2 years later, the narrative didn't feel untouchable anymore. During All-Star Weekend, even Ron Harper spoke in a way that hinted at similar concerns. The conversation moved from quiet whispers to open debate. The shine wasn't as blinding. And here's the real part: blaming Bronny alone isn't fair. If your father is one of the most powerful athletes in sports history and opportunities open quickly, are you saying no? Probably not. The real pressure came from above. Since 2018, LeBron has publicly talked about playing in the NBA with his son. That's not casual talk. That's huge expectation. That kind of spotlight can crush even grown men. Compare that to Ron Harper's approach. His sons had to earn everything. Ron Harper Jr. took the long route. 4 years in college, improving every season, growing from about 7 points per game as a freshman to over 15 as a senior, earning all-conference recognition. That's steady growth. That's development without shortcuts.
Yeah, but other than that, you know, we've been all right, you know.
We guys able to get past that?
You know, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Yeah, we'll be all right. I think he went on social media and said something about it. It's all good, but Bronny got a long way to go, but that's another story.
There wasn't any fast-track hype machine or guaranteed storyline, just pure performance. That kind of slower, earn-it path might have actually been better for Bronny James.
Was this a vision you had?
I'm not LeBron James. I'm not going to tell my kids what they have to do. Once upon a time, I told them whatever opportunities that you have, you should have a chance to play in the NBA.
He needed time to grow, time to build confidence without every single move being judged under a microscope. But once LeBron James publicly pushed the dream of playing together in the NBA, everything sped up. And when timelines speed up, development can get skipped. That's why this situation turned into what many call the Bronny fiasco. Not just because of talent, but because of timing, pressure, and the politics surrounding Bronny James and the game itself.
How's Bronny looking in that game?
He's doing well.
Bronny against B. 4-3.
Shoot it.
You want to be known as a competitor. You want to be known as a tough guy. But
Just shoot it.
Defense stepped right in front of it. James all the way. James blocks.
God. Sorry. That's all right. Wide open lane.
And when pressure meets expectation under the NBA spotlight, that spotlight doesn't blink. It burns. In LeBron James's push to get his son into the league quickly, something important may have been sacrificed. Not something small, but one of the biggest things any athlete needs. The deep belief that I made it because of my game, not my last name. Think about it. 30 or 40 years from now, when people hear the name Bronny James, what's the first thing that will come to mind? For many, it won't be stats. It won't be breakout performances. It'll be the headline. LeBron got his son into the league. That narrative sticks. What won't automatically come to mind is legit NBA player who earned his roster spot purely through performance. And in a league built on respect and competition, that difference matters.
Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this.
And that's the hard part. Every player in the league wants that respect badge.
Heard about grumbling about, at times, his outsized ego or Clutch Sports, the agency represents him, their control over the organization or seeking to exert control.
For Bronny James, college could have been the perfect place to grow. 3 or 4 years, real game representatives, real development, a chance to become a blue-chip prospect the traditional way. Instead, the fast track came early. Look at his freshman year at USC Trojans men's basketball. 5 points per game, offensive struggles, shooting percentages that didn't scream next-level scorer. That USC team wasn't dominating anyone either. Even in a weaker Pac-12 conference, he wasn't a major factor. That's not hate, that's just box score reality. The smarter path might have been the Ron Harper Jr. route. Stay in school, build the body, sharpen skills, improve the jumper, and go from role player to centerpiece over time. That steady climb builds confidence that can't be bought. For context, look at Kean Anthony at Syracuse Orange men's basketball. Solid freshman season in a tough ACC conference. Not a superstar yet, but clearly developing at the right pace. Compared to that timeline, Bronny in 2026 doesn't have scouts lining up saying, "This guy's NBA ready." That gap is hard to ignore. Then add another layer. Remember when Jeannie Buss spoke on ESPN? The tone made it clear it was about keeping LeBron happy. Less about merit, more about favor. That clip alone shifted the debate. Opening night against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Game 1, national stage. A 55th pick getting real first-half minutes. Was it pure basketball logic? Or a photo op, father and son making history? The image went viral instantly, cameras flashing, headlines rolling. But it also made fans question league fairness. It felt theatrical to some. Story over substance. Early on, if you questioned any of this, you were called crazy. Media narratives were strong. Bronny earned it. His legit, stop hating. Even Stephen A. Smith defended the story. But as time passed, more context leaked. The performance never fully matched the hype. The same voices that dismissed critics grew quieter. Fans who stayed honest from the start noticed the gap between opportunity and development. And now that gap looks even wider. The wildest part. It's not the basketball. It's the media protection shield. Certain players get coverage that bends reality. When someone is valuable to the league brand, narratives get massaged. That's just how big business works. This story is still fascinating. It's bigger than one roster spot. It's about merit, power, legacy, and the reach of influence in professional sports that if you've been watching from the start, you know why this hits differently. Drop your thoughts below. And if you like breakdowns that cut through the noise, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.